I've been thinking about this sign for the past 5 years. It's from the show Ted Lasso. And beyond setting the theme for the show itself, beyond being transformational for the characters in it, I really believe it saved our world when we needed it most. But more on that later. A little context here for those who haven't seen the show. Ted has just arrived in London. He's an American football coach, dropped into the world of English football. A world that doesn't want him, doesn't respect him, and thinks the whole thing is a joke.
You've had a heck of a career.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought it would end being coached by Ronald King McDonald.
The players are skeptical, to say the least. The fans are hostile, and the press, to use one of my wife's favorite phrases, has a field day. Even his own staff doubts him. So what does he do? Instead of giving some fiery speech or proving he belongs by laying out some tactical brilliance, Ted does something almost laughably simple. He puts a sign on the wall, a sign that reads, "Believe." Over the course of 3 seasons, this crooked little sign becomes the heart of the show. It's not a banner of victory hung after a triumph, proof of some earned greatness that rallies the team together. No, it's almost exactly the opposite. It's a fragile declaration, planted at the very beginning when failure seems inevitable, when hope seems hopeless. And that's the point. Belief must precede achievement. Hope must precede proof. As the show goes on, we see that the power of this sign lies in what it awakens in others. The team Ted inherits is fractured, cynical, self-serving. There's no trust, no unity. Every man is looking out for himself. In a context like that, Ted can't bulldoze them into cohesion. He can't bribe them or threaten them or flatter them into greatness. What he does instead is the last thing anyone expects. He believes in them before they deserve it. Over and over, that is Ted's secret weapon. He believes in Roy Kent's leadership long before Roy himself knows he has it in him. He believes in Jamie Tartt's capacity to be more than a selfish showboat. He believes in Nate's quiet tactical mind when Nate barely believes he even exists. Ted's belief gives each of them room to grow in a vision of what they can grow into.
What even is A Wrinkle in Time?
It's a lovely novel. It's the story of a young girl's struggle with the burden of leadership. She journeys through space.
Yeah, that's it.
Am I supposed to be the little girl?
I like you to be.
It gives them grace to fail without being discarded.
If you just figure out some way to turn that me into us, sky's the limit for you.
And in that grace, they find the courage to rise. That is the magic of belief. It's not passive observation of the world as it is. It is active creation of the world as it might be. It doesn't just describe reality, it reshapes it. And this brings us around to what I hinted at before, about the power of the show in the real world. Because for those of us watching, it wasn't just a story about soccer players, it was a story about us. To understand what I mean, we need to go back to the year 2020. We were all locked in our homes, our world unraveling at the seams. Every headline felt like another crack in the foundation. Our feeds were filled with the worst of humanity: anger, division, destruction, suspicion, despair. Every day felt like a reminder that the world was darker than we had dared imagine. And then, right in the middle of it, in walked Ted Lasso with his little yellow sign. It wasn't flashy or ironic in the way our media typically is. It was kind. It was hopeful. It was a show about a man who, against all odds, changed his world for good. And somehow, in its simplicity, it reminded us of what we'd forgotten. That goodness is stronger than badness. That light still pushes back the dark. That belief really can change the world. And that's the thing. Most of us look at the world and assume, maybe unconsciously, that it will simply stay the way it is. We believe our coworkers will keep disappointing us, that our spouse will never really change, that the world will always find a way to wound us. We dress it up as realism, but really, it is belief in disguise. Belief in the worst. And this is the point I'm getting to here. Belief works in every direction. It's not neutral. To believe the worst is its own kind of spell. And like all spells, it has a way of coming true. Cynicism calls forth more cynicism. Distrust breeds distrust. Expectation of failure almost guarantees it.
Wait, did you want to be someone else?
Yeah. Someone better.
Belief is never passive. It is a spiritual force, and it shapes reality, whether toward decay or toward life. The question is not whether you believe, but what kind of world your belief is creating. And the show demonstrates this beautifully. You see the fruit of negative belief, whether from the show's antagonist Rupert Mannion, whose self-centric belief creates more and more manipulation and exploitation, or from the fallen Nate, whose insecurities and belief that he's not enough lead him to make everyone around him feel smaller and less significant.
You, come over here. Come over here. Everyone, this is the dum-dum line. This is where dum-dums go.
These movements are a stark contrast to the fruit of Ted's belief. Inside UFC Richmond, Roy Kent goes from a bitter cynic, consumed with his fading self-image, snapping at everyone, to a captain and coach who gives his heart for the team. Jamie Tart, the selfish prodigy, learns to love and sacrifice for something bigger than himself. And Nate, the kit man, he rises into brilliance when Ted believes in him, and then collapses the moment he trades that belief for bitterness. As I say, this is not just a story about footballers. This is a story about us. Because every one of us, deep down, wants to believe we can be redeemed. That the worst things about us are not the truest things about us. That there is hope for us. And every one of us leads people who are starving for that same belief. Wives who wonder if they're enough. Kids who wonder if they're going to grow into good men or women. Teams who wonder if their work matters. Friends who wonder if they'll ever get free from the mess they're in. Most of the world looks at these people and believes only what's already visible. That she will always be anxious, that he will always be selfish, that this team will never change, that this world will only get darker. And that belief becomes reality. But what if you believed differently? What if you believed before the evidence? What if you treated people not just as they are, but as they could be? What if you carried hope when everyone else had given up? This, fundamentally, is the job of the leader: to love the thing before it is lovable, to call out the gold before it glitters, to hand people grace before they deserve it, and then to walk patiently with them as they begin to rise to meet it. This was the way of Jesus, and it's the call of those who follow in his footsteps. In the end, that crooked yellow sign on Ted's wall was more than a word. It was a dare to live as if goodness is stronger than badness, as if light is stronger than darkness, as if belief really can change the world. So here's the question, the one that Ted Lasso asks, the one that ultimately determines everything. What do you believe?